Hi everybody, thank you so much for tuning back into my channel where I love to talk about wealth, mindset, and personal development. Today we're going to lean into some mindset and personal development work as it relates to emotional intelligence. You know, I've learned that emotional intelligence is so essential to have as an adult. And even as a teenager and a child, it's essential to teach our children emotional intelligence, and so that when they do become adults, they are more self-aware of their emotions and have a greater ability to respond versus reacting. And that's actually what we're going to lean into today as we touch on this topic of emotional intelligence, the ability to respond and not react, knowing the difference of responding and not reacting in challenging or even exciting situations. One thing that I've learned this week as I've been diving more into responding and not reacting is that I've realized that knowing the difference and having the ability to decipher that during certain moments of your life, it doesn't just apply to bad moments. So it doesn't just apply when there are things that are going on that are challenging. It doesn't just apply when there are things that are going on that you don't necessarily like or care for. For example, if you're in an argument with a coworker, or if you're having road rage because someone pulled out in front of you on the road, it doesn't apply to just those challenging situations. Responding and not reacting and knowing the difference of that and being emotionally intelligent to that also applies to situations that are very, exciting and very, you're very happy about. And so I've learned that just maybe the past week or so, past 2 weeks, I've learned that because some exciting things have been taking place in my life, but I also want to make sure my emotions are pretty level, even with those things that are exciting, because I don't want to get into a place to where when things are challenging, only I am working on responding and not reacting. I also want my emotions to be leveled out when things are exciting, because I don't want the thing to, have me on this emotional roller coaster. So while I express, happiness and all of those things and excitement, I'm more so leaning into expressing gratitude. When we express gratitude, that helps to keep our emotions at bay. That helps us to make sure that we're not going too over the top, overthinking, what's going on, taking credibility for a thing that's going on. And so when we're in tune with responding and not reacting, even to those situations that are very exciting, expressing gratitude helps to maintain our emotions and keep things level-headed so that we're not controlled by those circumstances. Because one day things could be going really well, and then the next day you can face a speed bump, right? You can come across some challenges. So when we are able to know the difference between responding and reacting and able to apply that emotional intelligence to our lives, we're unwavered when the challenge comes, because we haven't allowed the very exciting moment to get us way up here. And then when we get a challenge or speed bump comes in the road, it's like, oh boy, what am I going to do now? If we've been applying emotional intelligence and responding and not reacting to that situation, then when the challenge comes, we're able to successfully move around that challenge and not go down to a complete low, if that makes sense. And so I encourage you guys to research this information for yourself, understand this information for yourself. And you may already be aware of this and know this, but I, urge you just to research a little bit more on responding and not reacting as it relates to all situations, not just the bad times, but the good times as well. I think it's very important for us to know those things and just be aware of that emotional intelligence, being more self-aware of how we're responding and or reacting to a situation, right? And so I wanted to share this information with you guys because it's actually something new as far as the excitement part and thing when things are going really well. I realized that, okay, typically in the past, I've reacted to those situations. And when something goes wrong, I'm like, phew, my emotions are like, whew, back down here. And so when I was, this past week going through a lot of very exciting things, a lot of new changes that were exciting, reaching some goals that I had set for myself for years. Thankfully, my self-awareness and my emotional intelligence allowed me to be aware of not reacting to those exciting situations, being grateful, being happy, right? Being joyful of getting to the goal and getting started with the process of some of those goals. But I was very careful to not react even in those very exciting moments. I'm so grateful because gratitude just keeps us level-headed. Gratitude helps us to keep our emotions at bay. Gratitude helps us to keep our mind off of ourselves and what we've done, right? Taking over credibility for a thing. And so I just wanted to get on here to remind you guys today to be more emotionally intelligent. Research that information for yourself. Dive deep into that. Learn how to respond and not react in situations. Being more calm. Something else that I've noticed has helped me is, of course, my meditation. And I would say definitely I owe it to meditation when it comes to me being more self-aware, even this past week. Because usually, like I said, I'm a very happy-go-lucky person. I can be very excited, very chipper. But the downfall about that is when you're that way, when things are left, then that can affect your emotions as well. And so just being more even plane, even keel, as some people like to call it, is very beneficial for your emotions and just staying in that Zen moment. Meditation has definitely helped me to do that. So listen, that's my time. I hope this information has resonated with you today. Share this information, like the video, hit that bell button for notifications of when I upload new videos. And I look forward to speaking with you guys again on next week. Be blessed and have an awesome week.